Yo, what is up guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on-point and no hype reviews. We are back yet again, everybody. We're back with another fragrance review right here, guys. And today, I'm back at Arabian Oud, guys. Okay, Arabian Oud is basically the brand that made the channel. And today, I will be stepping away from recent releases and I'll be talking about a fragrance that a lot of y'all have been requesting me to do since day one. And so today, I will give you guys the full breakdown on this Arabian Oud fragrance. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys. Okay, liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel. Guys, we're headed towards 19,000 subscribers. Man, 20K is just around the corner. So if you haven't done so, please do not forget to like, subscribe, watch the ads, and support this channel because basically that funds this whole thing. So thank you very much in advance for all your support. And the fragrance we will be talking about today is none other than Arabian Oud Andalusi. Yes, Arabian Oud Andalusi. Man, this fragrance right here, a lot of y'all have been requesting for me to do, guys. And finally, here is my complete breakdown of Andalusi. Now, this sample of mine that I got from Frag Bar actually ran out. I've been wearing it for the past how many days. And so, unfortunately, I won't be able to fully spray it in front of y'all, but I'll go straight into the review because I know that a lot of y'all have been waiting for this. Now, Arabian Oud's Andalusi was pretty interesting to me because number one, it had a very familiar structure. I mean, if you look at this on paper and you're familiar with Arabic Middle Eastern scents, you will notice a progression from fruity to rose vanilla to leather and oud. Okay, so this structure, if you actually collect a lot of Middle Eastern perfumes, this might not be new to you. And looking at this structure, I mean, I've got a Tomavici coming up and that kind of has the same structure as well. It really got me curious because it seems like they made some few twists and differences with the formula of Andalusi to this already well-known Middle Eastern concoction. In the opening of Andalusi, this fragrance has the following notes. You've got green apple, you've got bergamot, as well as saffron. Now, before I proceed into more of this fragrance, let me tell you guys that the opening, pretty much it was all she wrote. Upon spraying this fragrance for the first time, this opening alone told me why Andalusi was such a fan favorite, guys, because the opening is truly impactful. This opening is very uplifting, energizing, it's airy, it's fruity, but instead of using the usual stuff like raspberry or blackcurrant in that previously mentioned concoction, what they did was that they mixed in green apple and bergamot to create something entirely different. And to me, this is a very mainstream, lovable intro. The impact of the apple bergamot is just truly amazing, guys. And I know that there's saffron, but let me tell you guys that the saffron is only tertiary to those two other notes. The strongest one will still be the green apple, secondary will be the sparkling bergamot, and then the third will be a lingering saffron. Now, to me, the saffron was wisely placed there just to give it an Arabic Middle Eastern flavor in the beginning, but it is not a prominent saffron where we can say, oh, it's another rose saffron, because like I said, in this intro, it's going to be a prominent green apple bergamot mix. Now, for those that are looking for a wake up, a mood enhancing, sparkling apple bergamot combo, you will definitely find it here in Andalusi. And again, this intro is so mainstream lovable that if you are kind of bordering towards getting into Middle Eastern perfumes, this is ultimately very safe. And the thing that really makes this awesome is that it is very unisex. I mean, Andalusi, funny thing is, it's made for men. And you know, when I looked at the structure, fruity rose, I was thinking, oh man, it might be another femme scent, but no. This is actually very unisex and it could be masculine thanks to the apple bergamot concentration right here. Now, right here in the mid that I would say begins 30 to 40 minutes in, you've got rose, guys. Now, this rose is actually a seamless transition and blends in nicely with your green apple and bergamot mix, more than the saffron, I'd say. And again, this is kind of like your classic fruity rose mix, okay? It goes straight into it, lingering, sparkling, fruity, and then goes into this non-gradient, non-dark rose. It's not like your gradient dark Bulgarian rose or anything like that. It's not a curve. It actually goes pretty much well into the fruity mix of this fragrance. So it's not going to be a gradient immediately, actually. It's going to be this fruity, jammy rose that goes with the apple, and it is pretty unisex, like I said, because of the apple component. Now, I thought that at this point it would become more feminine because it seems like it's your rose vanilla mix, which is something that we've seen in many Middle Eastern inspired scents for women. But actually, funny thing is that right here in the mid, you've got the intro of leather. The leather, which is the base note of this fragrance, comes in right here at the mid of Andalusi, and it's paired with another balancer, which is your vanilla. So vanilla and leather right here in the mid of Andalusi are really good balancers to this mix. You've got sweet, nice vanilla, whiffs of early leather, to balance this thing to become a very unisex scent. And then, like I said, the fruity, jammy rose is sparkling and lingering out there. It's very unisex indeed. Now, with that being said, let me caution you guys with trying or testing Andalusi. You must wear this full wear, because if you spray this on a test strip or on your hand and you sniff it, the powerful leather component will come up and you will probably be taken aback by this, and you'll think, oh, it's an immediate leather scent. But actually, the leather component only comes in way later into the mid as an intro whiff, but does not even get stronger until the dry down. So let me just say that about trying Andalusi. Make sure you do a full wear from your decant if you're trying it, guys, because you're gonna have to go through that first stage first of that fruitiness of the rose being mixed in, and then you have slight whiffs of leather. Now, 4 hours into this fragrance, I would say this is the stage when the dry down notes start trickling in, and the leather definitely does intensify at this point, guys, and it's also added with the oud note. Now, the oud right here, what is up with the oud? Of course, the oud is basically a suede oud note. It's basically a dark oud wood with suede components mixed in with that intensifying leather, and that might be too much, but don't worry. This fragrance is incredibly balanced because the sweet factor comes from a strong amber wood component, a strong amber and sandalwood component that balances this whole thing out. And it feels very seamless as you go from the rose vanilla leather into now the leather, oud, and amber. Now, for those that are pretty cautious about the leather note and you guys don't want an overdose of leather, let me tell you that the leather right here is pretty moderate, okay? It's definitely gonna be there from this point on. I would say like 4 hours all the way till the finish line, but it's going to be a moderate amount, and it's mixed with that oud wood, that dark oud wood, kind of like a suede effect, but also you have a very powerful sweet amber wood note, okay? So it's very balanced, and I would say this is a Middle Eastern concoction. So it's not like leather was placed there randomly. Usually leather and amber and rose, these are, you know, notes that are put together in a lot of Middle Eastern concoctions. Again, this won't be a surprise for a lot of y'all that collect this kind of stuff. Okay, now let's talk about the performance of Arabian Oud Andalusi. Now, this fragrance started off as an aura scent and then proceeded to become a lingering scent. I would say like 3 to 4 hours into the fragrance, and that makes sense because you have lingering rose and vanilla. You also have the leather, and so mostly it is going to be a draw-in scent, guys, okay? The initial part is uplifting and fresh, and then it goes into lingering draw-in, guys, okay? And the total performance, this fragrance to me lasted past 10 to 11 hours, and that's because of that prominent leather that's still gonna be there. I would say even past 12 hours with that sweet amber wood in the end, guys. Okay, so it's definitely a long-lasting fragrance. But like I said, looking at this fragrance, I think that this is a fan favorite because you get components of well-liked notes from start to finish. Now, for those of y'all that like mainstream scents or even mainstream Middle Eastern scents, a lot of y'all, I bet, are going to look into the intro, the opening blast of this fragrance as the measuring stick as to whether this fragrance is good or not. And I would say that this fragrance, Andalusi, definitely impresses in the intro, giving a nice, impactful, mood-enhancing start that I think everyone will enjoy. Now, for those that are into Middle Eastern scents, I think that you will pretty much appreciate the twists that they did. I mean, not just giving us the typical raspberry leather type of fragrance that is being copied across the spectrum. We are getting green apple here, folks. Green apple and bergamot. We're gonna get that rose and vanilla, but again, it's very balanced with amber, with a leather, and so you have a very, very unisex scent. Now, I think this is wearable by women as well. I think the women will love this. It's made for men, but I think that both men and women will like this fragrance, guys. And I think that this fragrance is also full bottle worthy, especially for the autumn season, because it's not necessarily a full cold weather type of fragrance because it's so balanced, and the start and the mid are not necessarily gradient parts of the fragrance. So I would say that this is a full bottle worthy fragrance that you can wear once the colder weather comes, or just the colder spring nights. You can wear this fragrance, Andalusi. Now, speaking of fall appropriate fragrances, this fragrance is also a nice intro to leather. Okay, this is a nice intro to leather for those that are cautious or are curious about leather and you want to get a nice experience out of it. This one gradually gives you the leather, and even on its full blast, the leather isn't really that strong. And I've tried other scents that highlight leather. It's definitely a lot, and that might actually take you aback and it might repulse you when you're trying these types of leather scents. But this one, the leather is very light in the mid, and even on the dry down, it's just a moderate amount. Most of this fragrance is super balanced, so it's a nice intro to leather if you really want to get into it for the fall winter season. And that is it. That is my review of Arabian Oud Andalusi. What a nice twist to the classic fruity rose leather type of Middle Eastern scent. What a nice mix. What a nice unisex mix that a lot of men can use. This is really nice, guys. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think of this fragrance. I mean, for a lot of y'all that actually requested this from me, that have actually tried or owned this, I would love to hear your thoughts on Andalusi. What are your thoughts towards that? Did you like it or not? Or what precisely did you like about Andalusi? Was it the same as me? Let me know on the comments below, guys. And again, please do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video. It'll probably be Red Tobacco Intense by Mancera. So hang on tight. It's getting colder. I love this weather. I'll see you guys on the next video. God bless. Take care. Peace.